The princess with the resonant voice. Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom in Nigeria, there lived a princess named Adana. Her name meant father's daughter, and she was the apple of King Oba's eye. The king ruled the land with wisdom and fairness, and the kingdom was known for its lush green landscapes, bustling markets, and vibrant culture. Adana was not just any princess. She had a voice that was deeper and more resonant than any man's in the kingdom. When she spoke, her voice echoed through the halls of the palace, soothing and commanding all at once. Her voice was her gift, and she used it to bring peace and joy to her people. The villagers would often gather to hear her speak and sing, her voice like the sound of distant thunder on a warm summer evening. Adana loved wearing traditional clothing, vibrant Ankara fabrics that shimmered in the sunlight. Her favorite was a beautiful dress adorned with intricate patterns that told stories of their ancestors. She also wore geli, a colorful head wrap that she styled elegantly. Her jewelry was made of coral beads, signifying her royal status. The kingdom thrived under the rule of King Oba and Queen Efua. Queen Efua was as graceful as a gazelle, with a heart full of kindness. She was a nurturing mother and a wise queen. Adana also had a younger brother, Prince Chidi, who was always full of energy and curiosity. He looked up to his sister and loved going on adventures with her in the palace gardens. The village elder, was a close advisor to the royal family. He was a storyteller, his words weaving the history and traditions of their people into magical tales that captivated all who listened. He often sat with Adana, sharing stories and wisdom, guiding her as she prepared for her future role as queen. However, not everyone was happy with the royal family. Yuzo, a nobleman in the kingdom, was jealous of King Oba's power and the love the people had for the royal family. He coveted the throne and plotted to overthrow them. Yuzo was cunning and always lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike. One day, as the sun set and the sky turned a brilliant shade of orange, Yuzo saw his chance. He spread rumors that the king was weak and that the kingdom needed a new leader. He whispered lies into the ears of the villagers, trying to turn them against the royal family. But Adana, with her resonant voice, stood up to Yuzo's deceit. She called a gathering in the village square, where she addressed the people. Her voice carried strength and truth, cutting through the lies like a knife through butter. "My people," she began, her deep voice commanding attention, "do not be swayed by falsehoods. Our kingdom stands strong because we stand together. We are a family, and families do not turn against each other in times of trouble." The villagers listened, their hearts stirred by her words. They knew the truth when they heard it, and Adana's voice was the beacon that guided them. Yuzo, seeing his plan unravel, grew desperate. He decided to take more drastic measures. One night, he snuck into the palace, hoping to find something he could use against the royal family. But Prince Chidi, always curious and alert, spotted him. He quickly ran to Adana, who confronted Yuzo with her powerful voice. "Yuzo, your treachery ends here," she declared. Her voice echoed through the palace, waking the guards and the king. Yuzo was captured and brought before King Oba. King Oba looked at Yuzo with disappointment. "You have betrayed your people and your king. You will be judged for your actions." Yuzo was banished from the kingdom, and peace was restored. The people, now more united than ever, celebrated their princess and her remarkable voice. They sang songs of praise and danced in the moonlight, their spirits lifted by the strength and wisdom of their princess. Adana continued to use her voice to lead and inspire. She became a beacon of hope and unity, her resonant voice echoing through the generations, a reminder of the power of truth and the strength of family. Adana loved her kingdom dearly. Every morning, she would walk through the bustling markets, greeting the traders and listening to their stories. The markets were full of colorful fabrics, fragrant spices, and handmade crafts. Women in brightly colored wrappers and men in traditional aboda robes bustled about, selling and buying goods. One day, as she strolled through the market, she noticed a little girl crying. Adana knelt down and asked, "What is wrong, my dear?" The girl looked up, her eyes full of tears. "My mama is sick, and we have no money for medicine." Adana's heart went out to the girl. She took her hand and led her to the palace. There, she called for the royal healer, who treated the girl's mother. Adana made sure they had enough food and medicine. The girl and her mother were grateful, and word of the princess's kindness spread throughout the kingdom. In the evenings, the palace courtyard would come alive with music and dance. The villagers would gather, dressed in their finest traditional attire, and celebrate with drumming and singing. Adana often joined them, her voice blending with the melodies, creating a harmony that resonated in the hearts of all who listened. One evening, during one such celebration, the elder approached Adana. "Princess," he said, "your voice is a gift from the gods. It has the power to heal and unite. Use it wisely." Adana nodded, understanding the weight of his words. She knew that her voice was not just for singing and speaking, it was a tool to bring her people together and guide them through difficult times. Meanwhile, Uzo continued to plot. He couldn't stand to see the kingdom so united and prosperous under the royal family's rule. He gathered a group of disgruntled nobles who were unhappy with King Oba's policies. They met in secret, devising a plan to take over the throne. Uzo's plan was to create chaos and distrust among the people. He spread rumors that the royal family was hoarding wealth and that they didn't care about the common folk. He hoped that by creating division, he could weaken the king's rule and seize power for himself. Adana, however, was always a step ahead. She used her voice to counter Uzo's lies. She traveled from village to village, speaking directly to the people, listening to their concerns, and addressing their needs. Her presence and her words reassured the villagers, strengthening their loyalty to the royal family. One day, Uzo's men managed to capture Prince Chidi while he was exploring the outskirts of the kingdom. They planned to use him as leverage against the king. When Adana heard of her brother's capture, she was filled with fear and anger. But she knew she had to remain calm and think clearly. She gathered a group of loyal warriors and set out to rescue her brother. As they approached Uzo's hideout, Adana used her voice to call out to her brother. "Chidi, we are here to save you." Chidi, hearing his sister's powerful voice, felt a surge of hope. He managed to break free from his captors and ran towards Adana's voice. The warriors fought bravely, and together, they rescued Chidi and captured Uzo's men. When they returned to the palace, King Oba embraced his children. "You have shown great courage and wisdom, Adana. Your voice is truly a gift." Uzo was brought before the king once again. This time, he was stripped of his titles and exiled from the kingdom forever. The people rejoiced, knowing that their princess had saved them once again. Adana's voice became a symbol of strength and unity in the kingdom. She continued to lead with wisdom and compassion, her deep, resonant voice guiding her people through good times and bad. The villagers would often gather around the palace, eager to hear her speak and sing, her voice a constant reminder of the power of truth and the strength of family. The kingdom flourished under Adana's guidance. She implemented policies that improved the lives of the villagers, ensuring that everyone had access to education, healthcare, and opportunities for a better life. The markets grew even more vibrant, and the fields yielded abundant harvest. One day, a neighboring kingdom sent a delegation to visit Adana's kingdom. They had heard of the princess with the resonant voice and wanted to learn from her wisdom. The delegation was led by Prince Emeka, a young and handsome prince who was known for his bravery and intelligence. Prince Emeka was immediately struck by Adana's presence. He admired her strength, her kindness, and her deep, powerful voice. Over the course of his visit, he spent a lot of time with Adana, discussing matters of state and learning from her experiences. As they spent more time together, a bond began to form between them. Prince Emeka was captivated by Adana's beauty and wisdom, while Adana found herself drawn to Emeka's courage and charm. They shared stories of their kingdoms, dreams for the future, and hopes for their people. When it was time for Prince Emeka to return to his kingdom, he couldn't bear the thought of leaving Adana. He approached King Oba and Queen Efua with a proposal. "Your Majesties, I have come to greatly admire Princess Adana. I believe that together, we can strengthen the bond between our kingdoms and bring even greater prosperity to our people. I humbly ask for her hand in marriage." King Oba and Queen Efua looked at their daughter, who smiled and nodded. They could see the love and respect between Adana and Emeka. They gave their blessing, and preparations for the grand wedding began. The wedding was a magnificent celebration, bringing together the two kingdoms in a festival of music, dance, and joy. Adana wore a stunning wedding dress made of the finest Ankara fabric, adorned with intricate beadwork and embroidery. Her gele was tied in an elaborate style, and she wore coral beads that glowed in the sunlight. As Adana and Emeka exchanged vows, Adana's deep, resonant voice echoed through the hall. "I promise to stand by your side, to love and support you, and to work together for the good of our people." Emeka replied, his voice filled with emotion. "And I promise to cherish and honor you, to listen to your wisdom, and to build a future of peace and prosperity together." The people cheered, their hearts full of hope and happiness. The union of Adana and Emeka symbolized a new era of unity and cooperation between the two kingdoms. Together, they worked to create a better future for their people, their love and partnership a shining example for all. Adana's voice continued to be a beacon of strength and inspiration. She used it to bring people together, to heal old wounds, and to guide her people through challenges. Her deep, resonant voice became a legend, passed down through generations as a symbol of the power of truth, love, and unity. And so, the story of the princess with the resonant voice lived on, a timeless tale of courage, wisdom, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. In her voice, the people found hope and guidance, and in her heart, they found a leader who truly cared for them. Adana's legacy was one of love, unity, and the unwavering belief that every voice has the power to change the world.